Are you wondering how to start preparing for your UK study abroad journey? Or are you in high school now or currently attending or just finished IGCSE or GED or other high school level qualification and then you want to study in UK? Alright, this video is just for you. Also, have you applied for the IB Bridge Your Dream Scholarship, which I've mentioned in my previous video? Well, if you haven't, please apply it now before the deadline. Hello everyone, this is Rachel, and in this video, I'll be sharing information about some pathways to bridge UK and Myanmar education. For me, I finished my high school, the matriculation exam from one public high school in Myanmar, then attended the foundation program and got into a lot of top universities in UK. So, in this video, I'll be sharing some of the pathways for current high school students and graduates and my foundation year experience, such as some of my study tips and everything that you need to know to get into top universities in UK. So let's go! In the UK education system, generally there are 3 stages you have to go through before joining the university, such as primary school, secondary education, and then continue doing A-level in 6-month college. So as you may know, this is a little bit different from Myanmar high school education, and that is why a lot of us who are planning to study in UK, they'll need to get some qualification relevant to year 12 and year 13 after they finish high school, IGCSE or GED. So the most popular qualifications and the pathways for UK universities are A-level, IB diploma, OSSD program, NCUK programs, Kaplan programs, and then university derived foundation program. So A-level program is UK originated high school education where students particularly spend 2 years or some students spend like 1.5 years. Students have to study 3 or 4 subjects according to their choice and the courses that they want to study in university. So A-levels are widely accepted by universities throughout the world, not just in UK. So that makes like a popular opinion among a lot of Burmese students. Then another program is the IB diploma, which is not very common like A-level, but some students still like to do that. It also takes 2 years of studies and students are required to take 6 subjects, 3 at the higher level and 3 at the standard level. I didn't do IB, but some of my friends did IB and they said that it's a little bit more challenging than A-level. Then we have the OSSD program, which most of you might know or might heard of it in Myanmar already. It's a standard high school diploma, particularly for those who want to study in Canada. But at the same time, some universities in UK accept the OSSD program. So some students with Canada as their first priority take the OSSD program and then apply to both universities in UK and Canada. After that, we have the foundation programs. Among them, NCUK is quite popular, and which is also something that I did before I come to UK. You have to study for around 10 months, and then according to your grades and the personal statement, you'll be accepted to some good universities in UK. But the only thing is that if you're planning to study medicine or want to go to Cambridge or Oxford, you need to do A-levels instead of like these foundation program. At the same time, we have the university derived foundation program. Not all the universities and not all the courses have this kind of derived foundation program, but some of them do. If the universities of your choice provide these kind of like foundation program, then it also is a good idea to apply for these. So in summary, you have 4 choices: A-level, OSSD program, IB diploma, or foundation programs. You can attend any of these after you finish your IGCSE or high school or GED. In this video, I'm gonna focus more on the foundation program because that's what I did after I finished my high school. So what exactly are the foundation programs? These programs act as a bridge between the home country education and then the UK education system. For a lot of the foundations, it's like the intensive course of A-level. So all the textbooks that they use in my foundation program are from the A-levels. The teaching style and the classroom style is also very similar to high school. For me, I chose to do the NCUK Foundation program because I also took a gap year after I finished my high school and I don't want to waste more time and I want to go to university really quick. Then I found the NCUK Foundation, which only take 9 to 10 months, so it's kind of like a perfect fit for me. At the same time, I also received a scholarship for this program. So a month later, I decided to do the NCUK Foundation. I chose the business pathway, so I took 4 subjects: economics, maths for business, further mathematics, and English for academic purpose. So EAP is something that all students have to take regardless of their pathway. And then we have to do the coursework, assignment, assessment, semester and exams, and final exams. At the same time, we had to learn a lot of new skills to be ready for the university, such as note-taking, presentation skills, referencing, academic writing, skills like that. Good thing about NCUK, and yes, I have to admit it, is I feel like I make a good decision back then. Mainly because at the age of like 17 or 18, I don't know how to write 2,000 or 3,000 words essay. I didn't know about plagiarism, citation, referencing, or how to do like academic level presentation. But during my foundation year, I feel like I learned all of these skills, and then I feel ready to study in UK. But there is one thing that I don't really like about NCUK, and that is the NCUK partner universities are a little bit limited. Well, I know they have a lot of university options in UK, but the only thing is you cannot apply to all top universities in UK. During my application process, I really wanted to apply LSE and UCL because they are really good in business, but then I couldn't, so I ended up going to University of Manchester instead. Well, now let's talk about my personal experience. To be honest, my personal experience is, well, it was quite a painful year because I struggled a lot at the start of my foundation program. As I come from the traditional education background, everything was new, and most of my classmates came from private international schools, so I had a hard time trying to get used to all these new teaching and learning styles. My grades are, oh my god, embarrassing at the start, okay? I would always end up in C and D. Sometimes I even fail, like, can you believe that? At the same time, my English wasn't good, so sometimes I don't know what exactly the teachers are saying because all my teachers are native speakers, so at first I had a hard time adjusting to everything. And to be honest, I felt a little bit frustrated with myself because I feel like a slow kid and I was behind everyone. But hold on, in the end, I learned so many new skills. I got A star, which is enough to apply to a lot of top universities in UK. And you know what? I graduated as the top of my class. I got the highest mark in the whole school or even in the whole region that time. For maths for business, I got A star with 100% marks. So that was amazing because I didn't get distinction in my high school matriculation exam in maths. Looking back now, well, I am kind of glad that I suffered in the initial months because for me, if I didn't suffer or struggle, I wouldn't grow or get into good university. So for me, foundation program was like the necessary transition from my background education to UK education and learning styles. Well, so how did I study to graduate at the top of the class? I'm not gonna lie, I study intensively, like really intensive. My motto is, if you feel like you're behind everyone, then work harder, work smarter. That's the only way, because I feel like there is no shortcut apart from working really, really hard to get what you want. At the same time, back then, I really want to get into the University of Manchester. I don't know why, but it was sort of like a dream university back then, and I was so crazy about it. Day and night, I was thinking of getting into University of Manchester. So to get into such good university, I need a good grades, which I didn't have back then, so I have to study more. A little tip here is that it's always the best to get as many A stars and A's as possible if you want to get into high-ranked universities, because they really do care about your grades. When I was doing the foundation, I really struggled with economics because I studied biology-related pathway for my matriculation exam, and suddenly I changed it to business pathway in foundation. So I literally have no clue about economics when I started the foundation program because I don't have the basic and essential knowledge. So I had to rely a lot on lectures, and I also have to self-study all the basic concepts of economics from YouTube. But for economics, once you know the concept clearly and how each theory link to each other, then it gets easier to write essays or to do well in your exams. But I am pretty sure that you're not gonna struggle with English for academic purpose. If you're good at English already, or if you have at least like upper intermediate level of English already, then it's going to be easy peasy for you. Maths for business wasn't very hard for me either because it's similar to what I've learned already in my high school. But further math was hard. I don't even know why I choose that. I mean, I'm not going to engineering pathway, and yet I still choose further mathematics. Similarly to how you learn all the subjects, for further math, first I try to understand the concept and practice all the problems in the textbook. I didn't skip a single problem, and once I finished doing all of the problems in the textbook, which is hundreds of problems, then I started practicing past papers. Usually your school would give past papers near the exam, but for me it wasn't enough and I want to practice earlier. So I searched past papers on Google and online website like Course Hero to practice all the past papers in advance. And most importantly, I always have a proper study schedule, and during the revision period, which is like a month, I study at least like 12 to 16 hours a day. Yes, you heard it correct, 16 hours a day. So yes, you can say that I really did study so freaking hard to get the grades that I want. I've written some content about my intensive study sessions, which you can check it out here. So yes, there is no shortcut. If you want to get good grades, you have to study hard and study smart, unless you're a natural born genius or have like a photographic memory. Anyway, before I wrap up this video, here is a gentle reminder about the IB Bridge Your Dreams Scholarship that is worth 1,400 Myanmar currency and is eligible UK, Ireland, and Germany. Contact IB for your university application, then create optional videos about how IB Bridge Your Dreams Scholarship will help you in your future study abroad journey. The deadline is 31st July 2025. Time is ticking, guys, so if you haven't, please do it now. I'll also be sharing a lot of more information about studying in UK, so make sure to follow my social media. Stay tuned and see you in the next video. Bye bye.